Yeah, obviously disappointed. Thought we'd play better than what we did, but we're making too many mistakes in all three phases right now to be able to play with a good team like Montana. So to go back to the drawing board and go back to work tomorrow and try and clean up some of these mistakes.
We'll open it up for questions.
Coach, how do you think you guys handled Montana's offensive tempo?
I don't think it's the tempo that got us. We're just not. We're making some breakdowns in the secondary. It happened against App State. We had 4 or 5 busts in coverage, giving up big explosive plays. And part of it is we aren't generating any pass rush. When we did get some a pass rush from the edge, we had nothing inside. Several times your quarterback stepped up in the pocket, was able to get the ball thrown. So we're not playing it good enough in the back end or good enough up front in terms of generating some pressure. The only time we can get any pressure, we have to bring pressure, and obviously that puts you behind the 8 ball in the secondary.
TJ, what did you see from Montana's defense today?
D-line was pretty good in terms of everything else. It's what we studied on film.
When Montana runs that, they run some stuff where they don't have any down linemen. They just kind of blitz 5-6 guys at a time. What sort of challenges does that present as a quarterback?
Well, as a quarterback, you got to throw hot since you got blitz coming, and just try to find an open receiver.
A couple times you found some wide open guys for some big plays. Walk us through a couple of those plays.
Oh, well, offensive line, whenever I did find open receivers, it gave me a little time to sit back in the pocket, or whether I had to flush out, receivers got open, I just got on the ball.
The blitzing that Montana did today, was that expected? Did you guys prepare for that coming into this game?
Yeah. Again, we're pretty young on the offensive line, and it's difficult to. We felt like we could get guys open. Felt like we could win some of those one-on-one matchups outside. It's just there's when we were able to hold the ball and long enough to get it thrown, we were able to get open and complete some passes, but just couldn't do it on a consistent basis.
Is this the biggest crowd some of your guys have played against, or most of your guys?
We played. Since I've been here, we played at Southern Miss, App State, Georgia Southern. So we played in front of some big crowds. I think you guys obviously have a great stadium, great atmosphere for the games. I think the stadiums where there's no track around it, the atmosphere is always way better when the fans are closer to the field. Makes it feel like there's a bigger crowd than there really is. So I think a great atmosphere, got a great fan base, obviously. But we played in some stadiums against in front of big crowds.
Uriah, you had a pretty productive day on the ground today. What were you able to do to get past Montana's D-line?
Just run fast and get to the outside.
Uriah, what's this last week been like for you guys, just as a team?
As a team, coming into this game, yeah.
Yeah, just being on the road like you were, having to be away from Savannah.
It's been a lot. A lot for us. We've been on and off the road, a lot. So it's been kind of tough, but no excuses.
Coach Raeburn, you hate to see anybody go down in a game. And did you see what happened with Montana's quarterback there in the second quarter?
Yeah, I saw it. Obviously, hate to see anyone get injured, but looks. I had the same thing happen to me. My senior year, it looks like the same injury. From my vantage point, I hope it's not that bad for him. But he was an impressive player on film, and then obviously through the first quarter and a half, or however long it was before he got injured, played lights out against us. So hopefully it's not as bad as it looked.
Well, what was your injury that you suffered?
I broke my fibula and dislocated my ankle. So, like I said, I didn't have a great view of it from where I was standing, but that's what it looked like happened, unfortunately.
Coach, we'll start with you. Your stated goal in the radio show before the game was to come out fast, and it looks like you achieved that. Your overall thoughts on the win?
Well, I thought it was a great day of football. Definitely hard to focus on what we did because I'm proud of our players, but it's hard to think about that when you got one of your guys go down like Reese did, and just knowing his story and how long he's waited to get to that point and how well he was playing up to that point. It breaks my heart, and I know it does everybody else in our football program. And that's very tough mentally when you see one of your brothers go down and have to line right back up and go. And the guys did a nice job with that. But all of our concern right now is on Reese and his condition and his health but I was proud of our guys. 3 straight weeks of really great effort, and we moved the ball efficiently all day long, got some points, and our defense is it's different than last year. We're giving up some yards, but we're going to tighten the screws on you in the red zone, and we're not giving up big plays. And that's 2 straight weeks that we haven't given up any big plays. We had 1 mental lapse, and that was with a few seconds left on the clock after we scored at the end of the second quarter. And defensively, we just kind of thought that the half was over, and they go down and get 3, which turns out to be the only points that they got. We could have gotten a shutout. But at halftime, we talked about it of, hey, now we got to lock back in, and we can't have that again. You got to play the same way until the clock says 0. And defensively, we came out and played very strong and put some more points on the board, and just proud of our guys.
Gresch, a difficult moment for you. What is going through your mind when you know you need to get out there and lead those guys?
Oh yeah, so it was a little tough. Just seeing him out there and laying down. I know how hard he worked and how good of a person he is, and just to be out there, you got to get mentally ready though. So it's like you don't want to look at it too much. I try not to look at it because that was pretty tough. But we're thinking about him and hope he gets better, and we can have some guys go over and see him. And it's just that was pretty tough. But when we get out there, you just got to get out there and focus on the next play and keep moving forward. But we're definitely thinking about him.
Coach, what do you know, if anything, about the seriousness of his injury right now?
We don't know anything right now. So we'll wait for the trainers to hear from the team docs, and then we'll get a group text going to the guys to let them know what's going on and get over and see him. But I can't comment on it because I don't think it's good, but I don't know.
Josh, right after Reese went down, a couple offensive plays, 4th down, miss it, but then you guys came out as a defense and I think had 3 straight sacks. What was your mentality as a defensive player coming back after your quarterback goes down?
It's like Gresch was saying, it's tough, to bounce back after you see one of your brothers go down. Going back out there, of course you want to fly around and hit, but he's always in your mind. He was in everyone's mind the whole game. You're thinking about him. So we really want to go out there and try to bounce back as best as we could from that, and just keep playing how we were playing before that happened, and just play for him, play hard.
Ryan, what was your reaction when you saw him go down?
Just to speak from the seniors' perspective of it, and like Coach alluded to earlier, we know how hard he's worked, and we know that him coming here to Montana was the journey and everything, and just to speak on the seniors, that hurts because it could be any one of us. Not just the seniors, anybody, and it just shows you just how grateful we have to be to play this game, to be able to go out in front of these great fans and play for these coaches and play for each other, so we'll keep reaching our prayers and hopefully he'll be all right.
Did any of you go out to the field, and kind of all 3 of you guys, what did he say when he was on the card? Did he say anything to you guys before he left?
He's pretty emotional. Just obviously, but I was just too busy warming up. But he's pretty emotional, and I just hope that he gets better.
Did he say that you guys could hear?
I mean, when I walked out there, and I mean, he was just, giving positive words to the whole team, keep it going. You could tell he was, he was hurting and everything, but he wasn't letting anyone know that, and he was telling us to keep working. And I didn't, not personally to me, but he was just saying that to the whole team when we were telling him, we're going to keep him in our thoughts.
Josh, I thought it was something I hadn't really seen often. The whole team came out to him there. What does that say about Reese? What does it say about you guys as a group?
Reese, like I said earlier, he's one of our brothers. This tightest knit group I've ever been on. I'm sure everyone else can say the same thing. It's not offense, defense anymore. It's, my best friends on offense, best friends on defense. So when you see him go down, it hurts not just him, not just it hurts everyone. Makes everyone play for him. So he's a leader on our team. We're going to keep him in our thoughts, and hopefully he recovers well.
Ryan, you've gone against Gresch a lot in practice and stuff. What does he kind of bring to the table? Is he is going to be the guy going forward?
Well, first off, he's the real number 2, not me. But better one. But we have the utmost confidence in Gresch. He's obviously a great talent, great quarterback. But not only that, but off the field, he's a great kid. He's a good friend and everything. So, if you ask me if I'm surprised by what he did, not at all. And I think that speaks volumes to just the type of player he is, the type of person he is. And I'm pretty sure Josh isn't surprised either. So, we have the utmost confidence in him. It's tough replacing Reese, obviously, but we trust Gresch. Us on the defense, we have the utmost confidence in him. Just to reiterate, so yeah, the real number 2 over there.
Coach, what did you think of the offensive execution with Gresch at the helm?
I thought it was very good, and Gresch did a nice job of running, what we do, but he also had some nice checks in there, and he was aggressive on the 1-yard line, and that was not the play call, and did a nice job of that. He did it a couple times where it really got us into something nice and to put the ball where it needed to go. So I do want to mention that Trey Favor's been here for a long time and has never gotten in the end zone, and that was his first touchdown. So the whole team was very, very excited afterwards when we announced that, and that was a big loud cheer, because he's been playing a lot for us for a long time and finally got in the end zone.
A lot of firsts today. I think Nagler had his first catch. Randy Rodriguez had his first couple sacks. So did you like the aspect of getting out early and then being able to play a lot of the younger guys?
Yeah, we got a lot of really good players on the team, and that's what you want in a game like this is to play quality football, but then when you put your backups in, that they play great football also. And we felt like every unit that we went to, we got to some 3s and 4s, they're all doing the job, and that was really fun to see.
You got a big week coming up next week. What do you say to your guys going in after such a sobering game today?
Same thing as we do every week. We're going to look at how they line up and what they do, and really that it's going to be a really boring answer for you guys for the entire season of how we prepare. And you ask these guys, we prepare against a scheme. We don't prepare against a team. And Tuesday is really blue collar and a lot of thinking. And Wednesday, we're getting physical, but we're going against that scheme. We really don't start talking about a whole lot with actually who we're playing until Friday, Saturday morning. And we know Big Sky is important, but it's game to game, and if you don't prepare that way, then you're gonna have a chance to get beat by anybody in the league. So we're gonna go about it the same way, and our guys are very, very professional and mature about these things, and we know that if we give effort like we've given the first 3 games, we're gonna have a chance to win the ball game next week.
Ryan, take us through the interception for a touchdown. Looked like Strom had a big hit and then also had a big block too.
Not only Connor, but the whole rest of the 10 other guys out there. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have made that play, to be honest with you. Even though it was an air to throw, but still, if it wasn't for the D-line getting pressure, if it wasn't for the backers getting their coverage, if it wasn't for the other 2 safeties and the corners doing their job, then I wouldn't have made that play. So, Connor made a heck of a block and everything. But yeah, all 10 of those guys, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have made that play.
Gresch, how do things kind of change for you mentally? Now, kind of stepping into, the driver's seat, so to speak.
I just say mentally, it's just, I still get prepared the same way. Every week I try to prepare like I'm a starter. So that way when I get my chance and opportunity that get prepared. And so as far as like mentally goes, it's just the same stuff. Practices, you probably get more reps. You're just trying to go out there and execute the offense and understand what your job is and go out there and execute. That's all it is, just football. It's just go out there and just play your game and have fun and enjoy it, because not very many people get this opportunity. So I'm just going to make the most of it and have a good time, and excited to play football.
Gresch, just what was your comfort level out there today? You obviously probably thought you'd get a chance to get in today, not as early as you did, but just with the offense and the comfort level of running the plays, how'd it go?
I felt pretty comfortable out there. Going out there, just go out there and just play. It's kind of what you prepare for and what you train all those months for, and those late night film sessions. That's what it's for. Just go out there and just play, and just execute our offense. And it's just one game, and now we're moving on to the conference play, and it's gonna be a big week for us. And just gotta approach it the exact same way. And just be comfortable out there, just have fun.
A couple more.
Coach, what does that tell you about his comfort level with the playbook, the fact that he's able to come in there, make some checks and get into some other plays for a guy that, he doesn't necessarily have that experience, but is able to do that?
Well, it goes back to spring ball, and I've been doing this, I don't even know, 31 or 32 years. I've never had a quarterback that's more prepared every single day, every single week. And even though he was, not the starting quarterback, he was always very, very prepared and over-prepared. And he's in the film room late at night, and that's one thing that everybody can trust in him, as he will be prepared. He will know how to attack the defense, and that's why he could go into that situation today and do what he's doing, because of his preparation. And that's a special thing. We knew there was something about him when we were recruiting him, when we were asking him all the questions we were asking him, that he was different mentally. And we feel like we're so far we're right, and he's doing a great job. So I'm excited to work with him. I know Coach Sell's going to be the same way, as far as being able to give him some good stuff to go out and really attack a defense, and we know that he's going to put the ball where we need it to go.
Josh, how about how many sacks you guys were how much was it kind of feeding off of where everybody was like, I can get mine, it just kind of build where everybody was wanting to get theirs at that point?
The energy, everyone feeds off of it. One person makes a play. It's not about them, it's about the whole defense play. So, when Randy got his first few sacks, like he was saying earlier, everyone got excited for him. Reggie got his first sack, I believe it was his first sack. But it's just exciting for everyone, and we feed off each other. The coaching staff comes up with the plays. Not anyone's doing, anything supernatural or anything like that. Just a good scheme, and everyone's playing hard, and it's good to see, a lot of sacks, I guess, get to the quarterback.
Did you feel faster in this one after going from Washington to this? Does it make you feel a little bit faster out there?
Yeah, and not as small. Yeah. A little stronger too, but they're a fun team to play. They're a good team, especially with how much they're going through. So, like we were saying earlier, appreciate them coming in. It was a lot of fun. Great Saturday.
Josh, what'd you think of Connor Strahm, his performance today, or I guess what was it like having him back in the lineup with you?
It was great having him back. Connor's one of my closest friends, so I like looking over and seeing him. Vika's playing, nothing against Vika, he's done great both games, but it was nice having Connor back, especially with the seniority. He knows what he's doing. Scheme-wise, you can trust him on what he's going to do and everything. So it's nice. He definitely controls the defense. It's a different environment when he's out there. I think everyone can agree on that. It's just different defense with him out there. But he played great, and it was exciting to have him back.